Angry Guy here, and today we're discussing how a black man blames a passport bro for his Filipino wife trying to delete him. So, I want to refresh your memories very quickly. If you guys recall, I recently put out a video, and you may have seen this being discussed by others. An Arizona woman has been charged with trying to delete her husband after placing bleach in his coffee. And she is a Filipina. She is from the Philippines. Her husband is a passport Joe. He is in the Air Force, and he began noticing that his coffee tasted weird when he was stationed in Germany with her, but he waited until they returned to the United States to actually take action. He started video recording her actually placing bleach in his coffee. She has since been taken into custody, and she is now on a $250,000 bond. The prosecutor says that she is a flight risk, which is the reason why the bond has to be that high. She recently purchased a house in the Philippines. That's where she originally is from. And it's just unbelievable how this happened. Thankfully, he was, aware of what was going on, and he basically, took evidence over and over and over until the authorities finally said, okay, we have enough evidence to finally convict, to finally take her into custody. But what really startles me, and by the way, she had just purchased a house for in the Philippines, so she was going to flee there. And she wanted to get his insurance. She wanted to collect insurance off him because there was an insurance policy, evidently, and her intention was to cash the insurance policy and then go back to the Philippines. What's really shocking is how some men are responding to all of this. I mean, I'm literally taken aback, but I really should not be, because I said for quite some time that all men truly care about, most men, is money and women, right? I want you guys to see this. I'm going to share this tab with you guys because I want you to see what so you're seeing what I'm seeing, and it is just unbelievable. But I shouldn't call it unbelievable because it is believable enough. This is a comment that I got from a viewer who has a Filipino wife, and he was not too happy with the video I made discussing the Philippines, discussing why you have to be careful, explaining why it doesn't matter even if you go to the Philippines. You still have to be very, very careful. Don't think that just because you're going over there, suddenly female nature changes. Well, he just let me have it. And he basically explained why the passport bro in this case is responsible. You heard me, responsible for what his wife attempted to do to him. We're going to read through this, guys, and I want you to take it as a cautionary tale of why you trust no one. All right? Doesn't regardless of gender, trust no one. He says, I'll say this. I myself am married to a Filipina, and while there are instances of this in all cultures, there are also lifetimes that are achieved. And understand this, no one runs from happiness. So homeboy was doing something or not doing something that triggered her. So he immediately says that is the fault of this guy, and he's the reason why she's doing this. He's the reason why she's doing this. He did something or didn't do something for her, and she became triggered, and it's because she became triggered why she slipped bleach multiple times in his coffee in an attempt to delete him, and it had nothing to do specifically with her collecting an insurance policy on him, having purchased a new house, and attempting to leave the country to start over, living off the insurance policy, his military pension, and whatever other assets she would get in the divorce. No, has nothing to do with that. If you're attentive, understanding, and willing to build a life together, then there's no way Did you hear this, guys? Then there's no way your wife will do this. So no. My gosh. Guys, there's no way that a woman would do something like this. This is the same, but believe all women stuff. A woman would never lie about certain things, and a woman would never do something like this unless the man did something, because women are virtuous. You can't trust men, but you can trust women, all right? At least with some things, all right? And a woman would never attempt to delete her husband unless he had done something to merit being deleted. My gosh, guys. My gosh. This isn't the standard or the norm. This is an outlier. We hear about the same thing in Italy, Germany, Ireland, Spain, Brazil, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, take your pick. So please don't make it out that all Filipinos are like this. And this is what's wrong with a majority of the world. We get a whiff of some horrible story, some erroneous act performed by someone of a certain ethnicity, and bam, automatically the entire ethnicity is condemned. And I am an example of this. Me being a black man born and raised in Brooklyn, I have been looked at in a certain way. But it's not until one gets to know me that they realize the entire stereotyping of people in general is wrong. Like when they find out I have read all of Shakespeare's works, also Ptolemy, Aristotle, Plato, oh boy, Hippocrates. It's been a while since I pronounced that word. And the classics by Charles Dickens, Shelley, and Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Boy, does this guy love talking about himself. And I'm an avid chess player. Boy, does this guy love talking about himself. That I love Hendrix and not hip hop. Then I prefer to speak in clear, understandable English. Congratulations, bro. Congratulations. And not the broken tongue of an indentured servant. They find out things about me, like my guitar playing / keyboard playing abilities, that I'm a complete nerd and love computers and all things Star Trek, that I'm studying to become a Python developer. And then the entire cloud of me being a black person seems to life. So no, while I agree some Filipinas, just like some German women or some Japanese women or some Brazilian, African, Haitian, Australian, etc., take your pick, might be bad enough to do this, not all of them are. Just like not all of us brothers walk around with nappy hair, sagging pants, and no ambition in life than to carry a firearm and build street cred. Sorry, not riding the stereotype train. Y'all can miss me with that poop. My response to him, of course, was, "You dare blame him for what she did? They were getting a divorce. She wanted to collect his life insurance policy. Unbelievable. You can turn this on the man." I am so shocked, but then again, I'm not shocked. It's like I said before, most men just want money and women and will do anything to help them. Anything to get them. That's what I meant to say. To attempt to explain or even see her side is truly insane. My gosh, I'm so disappointed. He then responds within like a minute flat. Because notice, I left a message 2 minutes ago, and he read this and responded rapidly. And I didn't even read the whole thing. He says, nah, you're confusing one lone woman who was angry with the Pookie Shahs and Raylines running around in the West. A Filipina, a Thai woman, is in love with her husband, not Juan or Tyrone. It doesn't matter what Tyrone wears, drives, or has. A good Filipina, a good Thai woman, a good woman from Singapore or Cambodia is not leaving you for material crap. And it's sad that some men hold this opinion of all women when there are good women out there, just like there are black folks out there who don't love and support Sukihana or Cardi B, who don't aspire to only who don't aspire to only own a BMW or Benz. Now, once again, stop throwing everyone in the convenient box that you have closest to you. Guys, this is just absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And like I said it once and I'll say it again. I'm disappointed. I'm very, very disappointed. And by the way, guys, if you're enjoying the content, please subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications to never miss another video again. And like the video because it tells YouTube you're enjoying the content, you want to see more of it, so YouTube will show you more of it. But I mean, guys, this is what I'm talking about. All right? You cannot trust anyone, regardless of their ethnicity, their gender, whatever. You cannot trust anyone. All right? Guys or girls, you can't trust anyone. All right, because this guy is literally saying that, well, it's different with these women in Asia. The women in Asia won't do these things to you. The women in Asia, they won't cheat on you, or if you find one that does, she's just the exception. All right, the women in Asia are different. A woman from Thailand or Cambodia or the Philippines would never do this to you. She would never cheat on you. The vast majority of them, they'll be loyal to you to the end. They won't look at any other guys. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right, Cambodia, Singapore, come on. All right, she is not leaving you for material stuff. And it's sad some men hold this opinion of all women. Unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable. You know, it just drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. And it just validates my thoughts before that you have to be so extraordinarily careful when it comes to guys. Don't go around saying brother, 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 because these guys aren't your brother. You don't know them. You don't know them. At the end of the day, most men will throw another man under the bus if it means securing a woman and money. Okay? You have to remember this, guys. There is no loyalty among thieves. Never, ever forget there is no loyalty amongst thieves. Okay? And these guys out here, they're all a bunch of bandits. So y'all need to be on your guard. This guy is here. It's literally saying that this man brought it onto himself. Can't say how or why or what he did, but he had to have done something because a Filipina would not have just done that because Filipinas are loyal. It has nothing to do with the fact also that men are told constantly, don't bring her back to the West. Okay? There are some people who said, nah, it's not the same. He had her in Germany with him. They were from the U.S. All right, she had been in the U.S. with him initially. Then he took her over to Germany, and then brought her back to the U.S. All right, afterwards, they were long married. So I don't know what nonsense y'all are talking about. And even if he had brought her to Germany, even if he had brought her from the Philippines straight to Germany, you don't bring her to a Western country. Germany is still a Western country. You don't bring her back to Germany. You don't bring her back to France. Heck, you definitely don't bring her to Sweden. You don't bring her to the United Kingdom. All right. You don't bring her to Spain because she's going to change up on you. This woman had enough money to buy a house in the Philippines, and now she was getting ready to set herself up for life. Move back to the Philippines and live an easy life. And I'll tell you right now, I'm telling y'all, her mother was likely in on it and coaching her on how to do it. And there are so many stories about this. in the Philippines where guys get deleted because they go to the Philippines, they buy a house, and then the woman deletes them because of the house. Over the house. Guys, a lot of these people, they live in a hut with dirt grounds, no running water, no indoor plumbing. The toilet is outside. Literally, they dig a hole in the ground. You're lucky if they even have an actual toilet. Some people call it a latrine. I've seen much better latrines than what these people have. It's unbelievable. They eat rice and coffee or tea, stale rice at that. No meat. There's no air conditioner. There's no air conditioning. All right. They don't have AC. A lot of them don't even run the fan. They're in the heat. I don't know what some people are talking about. I don't know what people actually think this is. If y'all want to be foolish and go and play this game and put yourself in this situation, go ahead. But I want you to see the type of simps that are out here. All right? Watch this video multiple times if you have to get it through your head that they're all like that. It doesn't matter what country you go to, they're all like that. They all have that seed planted inside of them. And if you bring them to the West, it will grow. And you don't even have to bring them to the West because there's a lot of guys, like I've told you, who buy a house over in the Philippines and they get deleted for that house. And never think that when you're in another man's country, you have rights. You don't. You are at the mercy of them. You are at the mercy of those people. This guy, he seems to think he's special. Guys, you get off the plane and a girl immediately runs up to you and starts telling you how wonderful you are. And you think it's love at first sight. And she goes straight from the airport to the hotel with you. And these guys seem to believe that, oh my gosh, I am special. Y'all think you're Kobe out here. Y'all think you're Derek Jeter out here. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Delusional, delusional, delusional. If she's rushing to the hotel with you, she'd be rushing there with someone else. You know one thing? Back when I was a part of the Miggly Puffs, one thing they used to say about Asian culture is you have to be careful because they teach the women in that culture to smile. And if that's one thing the women know how to do, is they know how to smile because it manipulates a man and disarms them. These men think that these women are virtuous. They think that they are even better than the ones in Western society because, oh my gosh, look how she treats me and look how she behaves. Guys, just because they bring something to the table, all right, don't think that they're better. They just have a different culture. Okay? They're all like that. They all have that nature within them. It's just that in their society, they can't play that. But don't get me wrong. They still try. There are many of them that still try. And there are a lot of these ladies who you look on dating sites and they're looking for ballers. Go on a Filipina website, Filipina dating site, and these women are still looking for ballers. Y'all need to be on your alert. Don't be like this guy, all right? This black man who is blaming this passport bro for his Filipino wife trying to delete him. It's one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen in my life. Y'all need to know what you're doing when you go overseas. I'm going to have a blueprint for you guys, passport blueprint, so you guys can be safe. Because a lot of y'all don't know what you're doing. And you'll go over there and you'll fall in love with the first girl and think you're special. All right? When you go to a foreign country, you may not need to learn the entire. If you go to a Spanish-speaking country, you need to learn the language. If you go to a country where everyone speaks English, you still need to learn a little bit of the language. All right? If you're with a woman who speaks Tagalog, you need to learn some Tagalog. Because she will sit right in front of you and talk to her mother. I've heard stories of this. Talk to her mother in Tagalog about deleting you, about leaving you, and even deleting you. All right? I recall a story where a woman would talk to her mother right in front of her husband about divorcing him. And he didn't know what was going on because he did not speak Tagalog. Guys, these guys become complacent. You have to be careful of men, man. I'm telling y'all have to be careful of these dudes. They are not your friends. You don't know these guys. And a lot of these guys, they will throw you under the bus if it means women and money. And they're always looking for kinship. All right? These are simps. You have to understand, a lot of simps are leaving Western society and also going over to these countries. And if they were a simp here and they're a simp over there, y'all have to wake up and realize that not all guys doing the passport bro thing are guys who are red pilled. These are got a lot. You're going to see more and more of these guys going over there and doing these types of things, saying that these women are different. Oh, they would never cheat. Like, oh, a woman from an Asian country like Cambodia, what? Thailand, she would never cheat. She would never cheat. What are you talking about? Like, guys, it is unbelievable. It's unbelievable just how complacent these guys are. Don't listen to them. Do not listen to them. Don't let them trap you with that nonsense. What do you guys think regarding this? I think it's absolutely insane and ridiculous. But I wanted to share that with you. I wanted to share it with you. I will link you to the article so you can check out the article regarding what happened if you already didn't read about it. About this Filipina who tried to delete her passport bro husband. I'll also link you to a video that shows the entire ordeal of her putting, bleach into the guy's coffee and him using hidden cameras to record her doing this. I'll have all of that linked for you in the description of the video, but I want to hear your thoughts on this regarding what happened and specifically regarding this black man who believes that I am in the wrong because and the passport bro is in the wrong for what his Filipino wife did because he's the one responsible. He clearly did something to her or didn't do something for her, which led to her doing this, because if he hadn't, there's no Filipina that would do something like this because they are different from women in Western society. Oh my gosh. I just have to just gather my thoughts because it's so infuriating. It's so painful. It's so sad to comprehend this. But that's the society we live in. You have to be safe wherever you go. You can go to the Philippines and find happiness and peace there, but never forget it's not your country. These people are not your people. And never think for a moment about bringing her back to Western society. Guys, y'all shouldn't be marrying anyway. Y'all shouldn't be marrying a woman in the Philippines anyway. I don't know what y'all are thinking. I don't care what country she's in. Marriage is an outdated concept in Western society. There is no place for marriage today. Marriage was originally between God, a man, and a woman. Now it's between you and the state. All right? There is no place for it today. Absolutely no place for it. All right? None of you should be getting married. You go over to the Philippines, you don't have to get married to any of them. All right? They are just glad to be with you. But you have to know what you're doing too, because like I said, if you start to cohabitate with them, and then you break up with them, you can basically be brought up on charges for abandonment and leaving her in poverty, even if she was already in poverty when you met her. Right? So that's so you definitely don't live with her. Never allow her to, do not allow her to move in with you. All right? Do not allow her to move in with you. You make it very, very clear that she does not live there. She can stay with you, but no, she cannot get mail there. She cannot move her things in there. None of that. All right? She can stay with you at night, but she does not live there. She needs to at least go and visit her parents every so often. Go check in with her parents. Spend a little bit of time there. Do not let her live there. All right? Have a burner phone. A lot of these women, they also have burner phones. This is something new. Guys, this is something that I've learned. A lot of these women, they're gamers. They're hip to the game. They know what they're, guys, a lot of the women in the Philippines, you give them a burner phone number, they're giving you a burner phone number. You think that she's giving you her phone number. She's not. She's not giving you her real phone number, all right? There's a number that she has for her parents and her family, and there's a number that she has for simps. All right? You are no better than a John to her, because she's playing this game with multiple men. That's why when you go over there, don't even give out your real name. Use a fictitious name. Don't let her see your passport or your ID. Be very careful, because one of the first things they'll do is ask you to put money on their cell phone for them. That's one of the worst things you could do. That's an indicator right there that they're trying to figure out how much money you can spend, like how much money you have, and if they can take advantage of you. If you meet a Filipina, and one of the first things she does is ask you to put some money on her SIM, put some money on her phone, that's bad. She's not supposed to be asking you to do that, because she's already looking to take advantage of you. You have to know the indicators, all right? Oh, can you do this for me? Can you buy this for me? We don't even know each other that well. We don't even know each other yet. You're already asking me. And for a lot of you guys, you'll think, Angry, you're a jerk, because it's only $20. $20 is a lot of money for these people. That's a lot of money. You put $20 on her phone, that's a lot of money. $10 a month. That's her entire cell phone bill. And you're putting $20 on it? Are you crazy? And you just met her? So now she's like, okay, yeah, I've got you. I can have. So little by little, she starts having you do different things for her, and you don't even know if she has another man on the side. And let me tell you all right now, a lot of these girls are talking to multiple guys at the same time. These are gamers. They are wise. They know what they're doing. And guys like this will put men in trouble, because they want you to go over there with your guard down, and you can get in trouble. Guys, be very careful with online dating websites, because you think you're talking to a woman. You're not even talking to a woman. All right, you're talking to a dude. On these websites, they warn you to be careful, because while they respect people who live in Nigeria, they'll literally tell you a lot of the people that are running these schemes are from Nigeria. So you could be talking to some dude in Nigeria. All right, the same dudes that are sending you those emails, that's a prince from Nigeria and he wants to do business with you. These are the same dudes that are there talking about how, oh, you're so handsome. You're so handsome. When you go to these profiles and there's only one picture, right? There's only one picture. It's an unverified profile, and there's only one picture. She only has one picture on there. And the bio is pretty much empty, and it just says like a couple of sweet things like, I'm looking for any guy and blah, 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 blah. You need to learn how to spot these schemes and scams. You have to be very, very careful on online dating because a lot of it's a scam. A lot of it's a scheme. You have to understand there's a lot of desperation. What are your thoughts regarding this guy who says that it's the fault of the passport bro why his Filipino wife tried to delete him? What are your thoughts regarding this? I want to know what your thoughts are. Let us talk about it in the comments because I am so furious about this. So I want to hear what you think. You already know what I think, but I want to hear your thoughts. And all the links will be in the description of the video if you want to check out the full video that shows her adding bleach to his coffee. It tells you about the story, a bit more about the story of what happened, and also a link to the article that also goes into more detail. Let me know what you guys think regarding all of this in the comments. We'll talk about it, more of it there. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.